Caitlin Clark was responsible for $216,000 in sales. A'ja Wilson's signature one went for $915, and that's a one-of-one card, $915.
I was wrong about the impact that Caitlin Clark was going to have on the WNBA.
What if I told you that one rookie is changing the WNBA market as a whole in addition to rewriting the history books on the court?
Caitlin Clark, I'm sure you saw, just became the all-time scoring leader. I'm curious, where would you rank her?
Ooh.
A'ja Wilson thinks that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white.
No one cares what skin color you are. When it's not going well for you, claim racism. We understand. And frankly, I just laugh at it.
The Indiana Fever sensational point player Caitlin Clark has done it once more, but this time it's in the collectibles industry.
I believe the percentage of dollars there, over $200,000, and that much belongs to Caitlin Clark. This is a phenomenon like we've not seen.
Even though celebrities like Sabrina Ionescu and A.A. Wilson may have demonstrated in other ways, Clark's trading cards is breaking records that are difficult to understand.
This is the problem that a lot of people have with Caitlin Clark fans and supporters. They don't buy into it. You hate it when they're here. You don't like their presence. Oh my God, look at what they're doing. They're so awful. Then when they leave, the Caitlin flight, oh my God, what do we do now?
Her cards went for an incredible $16,000 in one auction, putting everyone else in her shadow. But how did she do it, and more importantly, what does this signify for the future of the WNBA?
Caitlin Clark is different from any other player we have ever seen in the women's game, and it starts with the distance with which she shoots the basketball. We've never seen a player shoot from that deep range with that kind of efficiency.
Let's examine Caitlin Clark's extraordinary ascent and the reasons why her influence goes well beyond the hardwood. Caitlin Clark has always been a trailblazer, and her domination extends beyond the basketball court. Her star power has grown significantly, as evidenced by the recent Golden December Elite Auction.
Caitlin Clark has been the best thing, the most dominant thing to happen to the WNBA ever. Remember, there's been good players come out of college, but nobody really cared. We'd seen it. Nobody really cared.
Out of the $219,900 in WNBA card sales that took place during the auction, Clark's cards brought in an incredible $26,672.
Caitlin Clark has the black gold auto, 1 of 5, $12,322. Caitlin Clark Sparks patch, 1 of 1, $13,420. Caitlin Clark Selections GV, 1 of 1, $40,870. Caitlin Clark Concourse BF, 1 of 1, $52,000, $460. Caitlin Clark Signatures BF, 1 of 1, $97,600.
Put this in perspective. Three-time MVP and one of the league's most decorated players, A.A. Wilson, sold her best card for a mere $915.
Why is the A'ja Wilson card going only for $916?
Even another well-known WNBA player, Sabrina Ionescu, only managed to earn $231.19 for her top card.
It just feels like the support isn't actually there. Now, A'ja Wilson's a great player, very accomplished. It's just very interesting to look at these percentages because these are backbreaking. This is pretty damning as far as like what the open market says someone's products are worth. And time after time again, Caitlin Clark has overwhelmingly dominated.
The parallel is revolutionary and goes beyond stark. The magnitude of Clark's influence is further demonstrated by dissecting the numbers.
There isn't one single interesting woman playing in the WNBA, to me, a mid-range jump shooting A'ja Wilson, and how great she is. She's not great. She's okay. I mean, she probably could start on a few boys' teams out here in the country, but none here in Indiana City. But Caitlin Clark's interesting.
Her top 5 selling cards took center stage at the auction. 1 of 5 black gold cards sold for $1,322 worth of Sparks GV, 1 of 1 sold for $4,875, and Pat, 1 of 1 went for $3,420. BF, 1 of 1 topped the list at $97,500 after selling for $524.
And all of the sellouts, Caitlin asked the WNBA if they would pay spot bonuses to the away team players. She said, wow, we're making all this new revenue, and I would like the away team to benefit from that. Could they get a spot bonus? So that's the heart of Caitlin Clark.
These numbers show a profound change in how WNBA fans and collectors see the league, not just sales. The fact that Clark has attained this degree of market dominance in her rookie season only serves to highlight the fact that she is more than just another rookie. She is a cultural phenomenon whose influence extends beyond the game itself.
Serena told Caitlin Clark, I freaking love this, that there's no race involved, and Serena is black. This is a GOAT. African-American women.
I just love that she tries to stay grounded, and she says she doesn't, what did she say? She doesn't have a social, she doesn't look at her social, and I get it. I don't either. And I think it's so important to continue to do what she's doing, and no matter what other people do, then if people are negative, it's because they can't do what you do.
Although Wilson and Ionescu have had years to establish their legacies, Clark has outsold them both in the months since joining the league. Her cards are investments rather than just collectibles, demonstrating her developing reputation as one of the most marketable players in women's basketball history. The size of these sales also highlights a broader trend known as the Caitlin Clark effect, where Clark's influence is drawing WNBA fans to women's sports memorabilia at a level never seen before.
Caitlin Clark was the solution for so many things, but so many players, coaches were also painting her out to be the problem. There was all of this just nonsense about things that Caitlin was doing wrong when, in my personal opinion, she was doing nothing but going out there and playing great basketball every night and ignoring the hate that was coming to her from all sides. She was getting all of that, yet all of these eyeballs were coming to the league because of her.
Clark is the most searched athlete across all sports on eBay, and her cards aren't just revolutionizing the collectibles market. They're paving the way for the WNBA to achieve unprecedented levels of global recognition and fan engagement. According to eBay, searches for WNBA-related items have increased by an astounding 110% from the previous year.
Caitlin has not had a proactive approach around toxic fandom and what's appropriate for or something that she celebrates or likes to see in her fan base, or being proactive against any type of hateful discourse around WNBA and its players.
She is mad, Rose Golden-Wude is mad that Caitlin Clark has not gone out of her way during her rookie season, when she's ultra focused on basketball, to focus on race relations in the WNBA, to focus on racial tensions, which Caitlin Clark has nothing to do with.
One of the more interesting aspects of this fanhood is that some of the biggest supporters of Caitlin Clark are not whites. They're actually black males.
Caitlin Clark's stratospheric rise isn't only about her own accomplishments. It's also about what she stands for in the WNBA. During her first season, Clark gave a league that had long battled to become widely recognized a boost of new energy and attention. The stats are really telling. From 2023 to 2024, the WNBA's ratings increased by 155%, mostly due to what many refer to as the Caitlin Clark effect, her incredible performances. Her unquestionable charisma and spirit of competition have made her a household figure, attracting new fans who might not have previously thought of attending a WNBA game.
Players realize that if they attack Caitlin Clark, their names are too going to be in the headlines.
This recently discovered focus goes beyond outside of television. Fans have flocked to see Clark perform, setting attendance records at arenas. Because of her prominence, live goods sales have also increased dramatically. Her name is printed on jerseys and posters of her memorable moments, and trading cards are currently among the most popular items in sports memorabilia. Other WNBA players' profiles have risen as a result of the greater visibility, and fans are starting to learn more about the league without making any mistakes. Clark is at the forefront.
Caitlin Clark should be getting so much more credit, but unfortunately there are still haters who are trying to bring her down.
According to eBay data, her star power is even being reflected on online platforms. In addition to being the most searched for WNBA player, Clark is among the top 5 athletes in all sports, placing her with worldwide stars and legends, demonstrating her widespread appeal. Interestingly, her rivalry with players from her college days, such as Angel Reese, has also contributed to the growth of interest in women's basketball. These rivalries, albeit frequently driven by media narratives, have produced plotlines that captivate viewers. The court's exhibition of talent and intrigue.
WNBA players and their pretend friends in the mainstream media, they have done everything they can to diminish the impact of Caitlin Clark. They tried to convince us that there are other players in the dump capable of drawing an audience. They tried to convince us that other players deserve the spotlight.
However, Caitlin Clark's capacity to improve the WNBA as a whole is what really sets her influence apart. She is more than simply a celebrity. She is a cultural phenomenon. Kennedy Montgomery, a Fox analyst, recently hailed Clark as a cultural spark, highlighting how she encouraged millions of young women and girls to take up basketball. In addition to playing the game, Clark is changing the course of women's sports. Her accomplishments this season, both on and off the court, are having a ripple effect that goes well beyond the WNBA. Her influence is directly responsible for the league's increasing popularity, and as the Fever Guard continues to set records and make headlines, she is paving the way for a more promising and successful future for women's basketball.
No matter what stage you're on, if you're at the highest stage, there's always going to be people that are critiquing you, there's always going to be people that are complimenting you, and I think that just speaks to how I was raised too. I've never been one to weigh the opinions of the haters too much, or I was told, at the level you feel all the praise, that's going to be the same level you feel all the hate. So, I feel like I just try to stay right in the middle.
Although there is no denying Caitlin Clark's dominance in the card market, it also begs the intriguing issue of where this leaves A.A. Wilson is among the most decorated players in the NBA. A three-time MVP and the first player in league history to score 1,000 points in a single season, Wilson has long been regarded as the WNBA's face, but in this new era brought about by Clark's entrance, it appears that his prominence has somewhat diminished in the illustrious December Elite auction. Wilson's best card sold for just $915, which is a very small amount in comparison to Clark's more than $216,000. This striking disparity does not necessarily reflect Wilson's play or legacy, but it does speak volumes about the marketability and cultural appeal Clark has created in such a short period of time, while still dominating the court, leading the Las Vegas Aces to another finals appearance, and routinely setting records. Clark's name is taking center stage in the larger discussion.
Caitlin continuing to impress and she's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years. But everybody, that's why you had to pick Caitlin up.
Why is Clark outperforming even the most seasoned stars in the league? Timing is part of the solution. As the first overall pick and the subject of much fanfare, Clark immediately lived up to the hype. Her WNBA success was set in motion by her historic performances at the University of Iowa, and her rookie season demonstrated that she was more than just potential. She was the real deal. Wilson, on the other hand, portrays a more conventional superstar character in spite of her consistency and awards. Conversely, Clark appeals to a new generation of followers with his vibrant and somewhat unpredictable energy.
Caitlin Clark is box office.
Caitlin is the face right now, and that's also good. She's selling out gyms.
Caitlin Clark is a megastar.
TV ratings have spiked 153% from last season, and that's before the playoffs, which began last week.
Caitlin Clark is a box office draw, while the rest of the WNBA, it is nothing but a polished turd.
But the attention she brought to the sport, hopefully going to have a residual effect for years to come.
They have done everything they can to diminish the impact of Caitlin Clark.
Additionally, there is the off-court personality factor. Clark is a fan favorite because of her humble demeanor, friendly demeanor, and fierce competitiveness. Her capacity to engage audiences, whether via social media interviews or just her own, she stands out for her courtesies. Despite being incredibly gifted and well-liked, Wilson lacks the cultural charm that Clark appears to radiate with ease. Although Wilson continues to be one of the league's top players and a key factor in its expansion, Clark's quick rise reveals a changing WNBA landscape where younger players are attracting new energy, fans, and unprecedented levels of engagement. The league now finds itself in an exciting position with multiple stars variously propelling its development. Most number of points scored by a point guard in a WNBA season, most double-doubles in WNBA history by a rookie guard, most points scored by a rookie in the history of the WNBA, first WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles, and the most assists by a rookie in WNBA history. The first triple-double in Fever history, and the first triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history, the only athlete to win both Rookie and WNBA Player of the Month awards in the same month, the first player to score 20 points or more in WNBA history. In a game that she won, she had at least 15 assists and 5 rebounds. Player of the Week 3 times in a single season, 4 times in the Eastern Conference, and Rookie of the Month, rookie assist record, rookie 3-point shooting record for a single season, and an assist record for a single game, 19 franchise record for the most three-pointers, or double-doubles franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 three-pointers in 34 games. Fastest rookie to reach 350 points and 150 assists to begin a season, regardless of years in the league, and most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000.
Say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
It will be interesting to see how Caitlin Clark and A.A. Wilson's relationship develops as the WNBA grows. Will Clark's star power continue to overshadow even the most seasoned players, or will Wilson regain her role as the league's undisputed face? Either way, this healthy competition benefits the league, its supporters, and women's basketball overall.
I did not think it was possible that one player could come in and basically quadruple the ratings.
From record-breaking card sales to soaring ratings and fan engagement, Caitlin Clark's rise is more than simply a rookie making headlines. It's a revolution changing the NBA's narrative and its standing in the sports world. Clark's $216,000 trading card accomplishment is more than simply a personal milestone. It's a testament to the growing potential of women's sports to captivate and inspire on a worldwide scale. She has become a symbol of what can happen when talent combines marketability and passion.
Clark is just such a class act. She was incredible, breaking all types of records, and that's something she was certainly proud of. We saw lots of smiles on the court.
The question now is how far the WNBA can go with Caitlin Clark leading the charge as the league enters a new era of visibility and cultural relevance. Stars like Caitlin Clark and A. Wilson represent two sides of the league's evolution: the established greatness and the fresh, untapped potential. Together, they're propelling the league forward in ways that previously seemed unthinkable. Whether on the court or in the collectibles, one thing is for sure: this is just the beginning. Market Clark has raised the standard higher than ever, and because her career is only getting started, the best is definitely still to come.
A league with players that feel like they should be getting the attention. Now they have center stage, but the ratings are going to go down. Are they going to be pointing fingers and blaming Indiana Fever fans and Caitlin Clark fans whenever the ratings don't stay the same?
Yeah, they will.